Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne collaboration. Now this is a really cool collaboration because of the packaging and all of the fun colors. Now the two things I picked up here are the highlighting palette and this matte palette. Starting off this video, I'm going to be placing the demo right in the beginning so you can see how they perform, and I will come back here and I will show you guys swatches and I will also tell you my opinions on the products. Next, I'm going to be going in with the shade Subscribe, and I'm just going to layer this over my crease color here. The next shade I'm going to go in with is 1212, and this is a warm coral color. It's super pretty, and I'm just going to apply this in my crease as well just to warm it up a little bit. I think this palette will be super pretty in the springtime, especially with all these warm tones, and you can't go wrong with a neutral palette. I know we all have so many neutral palettes by now, but this palette was just calling my name when I saw it in Ulta, and plus I had 20% off, so I just had to try it. Plus the packaging is super adorable. Next thing I'm going to do here is go in with the shade 8. And this is the darkest color in the palette. It's this really nice warm chocolate brown. It looks so smooth. I cannot wait to put this on my eye. I'm gonna take a pencil brush and I'm just going to dip into this and smoke this out on my outer edge of my eye and underneath my lower lash line. I'm going to go in with the shade Lucy and I'm going to apply this on my lid, and I might put a little bit of 1212 and layer it because that shade is just beautiful and I can't get enough of that nice warm coral. It makes me so excited for spring just using these colors. Spring is actually my favorite season out of all the seasons. I just love when everything is blooming and pretty and fresh, and it's kind of like a fresh start from the cold winter months. Where I live, it gets super cold and I just get tired of the cold. You know, we all get tired of the cold. So here is the final look for the eyes. I just love how they turned out. I think the shadows are super blendable and the colors are super pretty. Definitely something I'll be using often, especially with them being mostly all matte and they all kind of flow together. The next palette I'm going to go in here is the Beauty Beam Highlight Palette from the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne collaboration, and look at this packaging. It's so beautiful. But here are the shades. And I swatched these in stores and they're beautiful. The one shade here on the very left is a little bit too dark for me, but I think that'll be a pretty shade in the summertime when I'm a little bit more tan, or you could use these as an eyeshadow if they're too dark for you. So as you can see, that gives a really pretty glow. And next I'm going to be taking this side here and I'm going to be placing that on my other cheek just to see what the difference looks like. So here's what that shade looks like in comparison to this one. This one is definitely a little bit more subdued since it's not as bright. This one is definitely bam in your face because it's such a light shade, but both actually look pretty decent on my skin. The only thing I would say about these shades is that they do give off a super metallic look in real life. And although this is pretty for Instagram and YouTube, this definitely has to be subdued in real life, I think. Because right now it's looking a little bit metallic and it kind of sits on top of the skin rather than sinking in. So it definitely has to be blended. Now I'm definitely going to put the opposite shade on my opposite cheek so I don't look weird. But I'm going to take this light shade and place it over top of the one we just did on my left cheek. And I'm going to be taking the darker one and placing it over the light one that we first did. So it looks a little bit more even. And I'm just gonna take this down the bridge of my nose, just to highlight here, and down my Cupid's bow. And that looks a lot better. This highlight is actually really gorgeous. Now that I blended in both the colors together, that's super pretty and super metallic. Just love this. So now that you guys just saw the tutorial, I just want to speak on the Daydream eyeshadow palette first. So it comes with this really nice mirror, and look at the packaging, guys. It's so pretty. It looks like pink frosting, and then this almost looks like it's lit up. I just think this is so cute, and it has a magnetic closure, which I love that. Comes with a mirror, which I didn't take the protective covering off yet, but it comes with a mirror, and then it comes with 5 eyeshadows, and this retails for $26. I did pick this up at Ulta with my 20% off, and I used my points on it, so it was free. But the shades here are Lucy, Daydream, 1212, Subscribe, and 8. And I love every single shadow that's in this palette. Nothing bad to say about this palette, honestly. The only thing I was a little bit like about when I opened it was the pans. If I zoom in here, the pans are kind of crooked. Like, especially this Lucy one, it looks kind of sloppy, but there's like gapping in between. I mean, that's really minor, to be honest. As long as it's not falling out of the palette, it's not big a deal to me, but it's just something to note that's kind of like, you know, if I'm putting my money out there, I definitely don't want that to be like that. But it comes with an eyeshadow brush, which I did not use in the tutorial, but it is a really nice brush. This highlight shade is so pretty. It gives like this bright pop of color with being like really natural. I don't know how to describe it, but you guys could see in the tutorial when I zoomed in like how pretty that looks. I just think this will be great for a brow bone highlight and inner corner, and I put it on my lid, and I just really like how it just blends everything together. They really thought out like how these colors blend and mesh together, because this palette is a palette that I could just throw in my makeup bag and I won't need any other shades. Some palettes don't include like a dark shade or a highlight shade, and this one has everything plus a brush and a mirror. So I really like that about this palette. If you guys are curious about the packaging on the outside, I mean, here's what the plastic case looks like. It's really pretty. It's just like this bright purple pink color, and it has the shades on the back. Super cute. So the big question about this eyeshadow palette, is it worth it and should you pick it up? I definitely think that this eyeshadow palette is worth it, and I would pick it up again because I love it that much. I just love how all the shades blend together. This will be a perfect palette for spring, summer, fall. You can use it any time of the year, even now in winter. These shades are just gorgeous. I mean, we all love neutrals, and neutrals is just a great way or a great base for the eyes for any look. You could mix this with other shadows if you want, but this palette has everything you need in one palette. So I definitely recommend this. It's a great palette to have in your collection, and I think they did a great job on this palette. So next up is the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne Beauty Beam Highlight Palette. Now, let me just show you the packaging on this highlight palette. It is so stunning. Look how pretty this packaging is. It's like this holographic hot pink, and it turns to purple. It looks so beautiful. I just love how they did this. Gorgeous. So when you open it up, it does have a big mirror, which I appreciate. And then it has 3 shades in here. This one is actually a little bit too dark for me, but these 2 are a perfect shade. I think this will be great for darker skin tones, and this will also be great during the summertime when people get a little bit more tan and they want more of a bronzy look. So that'll be super pretty. You can also use these as eyeshadows, and I was thinking these would go super pretty if you use them with this eyeshadow palette. This palette is amazing. I actually really love the way it looks. It's just gives this gorgeous glow on the skin. But I would warn you just to not put on too much, because I think I put on a little bit more than I needed, and it looks a little bit metallic and emphasizes my pores a little bit on my cheeks. It's not terrible, but it emphasizes them a little bit. Now, I definitely used a lighter hand on my nose and above my brow bone, and it looks perfect. So if you don't have a heavy hand like me, I would definitely check this palette out. Now, is this palette worth it? I definitely think it's worth it. I think the colors in here are awesome, but if you have a lot of highlights already, I don't know if this is necessarily something you will need, but this is by far one of my favorite highlights that Urban Decay has ever come out with. I just think that the shades in here are beautiful, and I love how there's 3 shades, so you can, you know, dip a little bit into each color depending on what, you know, what skin tone you're working with or what shade you're going for. I just think this is very versatile for a lot of skin tones, and you have it all in one palette. It's perfect for travel as well. You can use these for eyeshadows, so it's very versatile, and I think that helps with the deciding factor of if you should get it or not. So overall, I really loved the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne collaboration. I think she did a phenomenal job with the pigmentation and the shade ranges that she put out. I think that the packaging is adorable, and I'm not one who gets like sucked into packaging, but look how pretty this is. These are both just gorgeous. I love like the frosting look and then that holographic. It's so girly and pretty and bright and fun. That concludes my video for today. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you filmed a video on the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne collaboration, please let me know in the comments down below and I'll definitely check it out. Also, if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button down below so you won't miss any future videos from me. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.